I'm not scared of torches turning off.
And then another.
I don't know what kind of practical joke this is,
Who's he talking to?
but I already heard you in the...
I had like the game channel selected. I'm not playing a game tonight. I'm just searching for a world that doesn't exist. And we'll finally check that out. Someone has been recommending that for a little bit, so I'm gonna go ahead and check it out.
Don't turn left. This is the first line in a book that Avery claims he did not write. 2 weeks ago, a YouTube channel called Avery the Mayo uploaded a YouTube video titled Weird Book I Did Not Write, where he shows us a mine that supposedly he never built. Inside the mine is a chest that Avery did not place, and inside the chest is a book that Avery did not write. Inside the book is a very strange message. Whatever you do at the crossroads, don't turn left. Don't be fooled, it's listening. You can't outsmart it, it's listening to me. It's watching me. It isn't from this world. At the crossroads, don't turn left. 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 Over and over, followed by a sequence of numbers. And that's it. It seems impossible that a whole mine just appears in your world without your knowledge, but Avery explains in the description of the video that the laptop he's playing on is from a storage locker. It already had Minecraft installed, and this world already existed, but when Avery first loaded it up, it was just a normal world. He only now discovered this mine a few hundred blocks from his house. So, in that case, what is this book? The contents are strange, and it's not evident what they refer to. If anything, they just sound like some crazy rambling. But the numbers at the end are clearly some sort of code, so maybe we can solve it and figure out what this book is talking about. Except we can't. The numbers go higher than 26, so it's not any alphabetical code. There are 4 sections, not 3, so it isn't coordinates. And in fact, there's not a single cipher that comes up as a good match for this code. If it is a code, it's unlike any code I've ever seen, and I wasn't able to decipher it. So, is that it? A strange, one-off YouTube video and a dead end? Not quite.
Yo, y'all doing some really crazy shit in Minecraft, bro. Sorry, you couldn't see me for a second. It was all blacked out. But y'all doing some crazy stuff, deciphering codes and stuff in Minecraft, bro. I'm not big on Minecraft like at all. I jumped on that joint, bro. I was confused with some items and boxes around. Like, I thought something was like, I don't know, something else was an oven. Like, I didn't even know. That's pretty much my maximum experience with this game. Like, I think I don't even know if I built anything, honestly. But I don't know, I can't get into it. But y'all in here deciphering codes, like, hold on, is there more to this game than just building stuff?
Regardless, Avery lines up with the other strip mine and begins to start a new one into the wall. But when he does, he finds this. It's hard to make out, but as he walks closer, we can see what it is. Moss and grass. This is immediately a red flag because this kind of terrain does not generate in caves. Avery checks underneath it, but there's nothing else either. And when he runs back to grab his torches, he notices yet another patch of moss in the corner of the cave. Again, not natural, but not leading anywhere either. It's only when he heads back down the cave does he see it. A tree. Avery approaches the clump of greenery, and there it is. A tree unlike any other oak tree in the entire game. Whatever this is, it isn't normal. Avery backtracks a bit, and we get a better look at this shrub, for lack of a better word. And after some hesitation and circling around it, Avery decides to try mining the tree. And he does, with no problem. It looks just like a normal tree, except normal trees don't generate underground. The greenery gets larger and larger, with the trees growing bigger and bigger, until finally Avery reaches the end.
Damn, they have the music too? Oh, someone got too much time on their hands. What the hell?
Avery
Detail
stops for several long seconds, just taking everything in. The room is a giant cave of green, with strange, unnaturally large trees forming a staircase on the back wall. The floor is covered in a massive field of moss, scattered with the strange trees we saw earlier. Avery slowly heads down the cavern wall, being careful not to take too much damage while maneuvering his way to the bottom. He looks around in awe as he explores the chamber, and from closer up, we can see a tunnel right between the massive tree gates. Avery searches around the trees for a few minutes, seemingly mesmerized by the build, and we can see that these gates are made of trees stacked on trees stacked on trees, made of spruce, mud, and oak. But the question here is obvious. What is this place? This kind of terrain obviously doesn't generate naturally, so who made it and how does it just appear in Avery's world? Well, if there's any answer to that question, it's through this tunnel. Something is wrong. It's almost impossible to notice, but at the far edge of the tunnel, the first pair of torches have suddenly been wiped out. Avery stares for a few seconds and continues walking. Another pair of torches is gone.
I'm not scared of torches turning off.
And then another.
I don't know what kind of practical joke this is,
Who are you talking to?
but I already heard you in the...
None of it jump steer, bro.
I'm not scared of a game.
Why you capping? Someone translate that.
Avery says he has to keep moving, even if he doesn't exactly know why, and the only way to go is down. Avery takes a leap into the giant pool of water before him and swims down into a junction of tunnels. After some hesitation, he burrows himself in the left wall for air before swimming down the left tunnel. He continues to navigate through the dark water, the tunnel getting narrower and narrower, with no end in sight. Until it opens into a giant cavernous room with just enough space at the top to get a bit of air. When Avery descends again, we can see tunnel openings sprawling across the walls. Avery scans around. There's no marker of where to go, just tunnels upon tunnels as far as the eye can see.
That's insane, bro.
And then he hears it. The same sound as when the whispers played previously. Avery rushes to dig into the wall, and as he blocks himself in, we can hear the whispers again.
Oh, fuck.
Quieter, but still there, as if they're passing by him. When the coast is clear, Avery digs out. But now what? He has no choice but to gamble on a tunnel and hope it's correct. He scans the walls again, no obvious sign of which one to pick. So finally, he rolls the dice. And narrower, and narrower, until finally, he finds himself in the oasis. Without hesitation, he dives down into the tunnel and plugs up the hole. He makes another trip for good measure, plugging it even further.
If this thing comes through here again, It has to break that, but I need to explore.
Avery chops a few trees and crafts a hopper with the spare iron in his inventory. His plan is simple: set a trap for the thing following him. Like he said, he needs time to look around and explore this world, but while he's gone, anything can just swim through the hole and replace the blocks to make it look like nothing happened. But if Avery turns down his render distance and puts items in this hopper, if he then goes far enough away and unloads the chunk, the only way for the hopper to be empty when he returns is if something loaded the chunk while he was gone. And then, whatever was following him would be exposed. The trap is set.
These signs all seem to point to one place. Both of these angled ones point in the same direction.
And he's right. If you line up a coordinate grid with the location and rotation of the signs, you get this. So he's right, all of them point a certain way, and if you trace out their intersection...
Y'all are wizards, bro. Like, this is Minecraft. Like, y'all making diagrams and grids and shit, like, bruh. This is insanity. It's cool, though, like, the infrastructure, like, whoever made that place, the world, bruh, is wild.
Something is here.
What? How? Why is Avery saying that? Why isn't he sending it in chat? What did he see?
I don't know if it can hear me, but I'm not taking any chances.
The grass block. When Avery left the chunk, he didn't just set one trap for the entity, he set two. Without mentioning anything to us, he placed a grass block next to a block of dirt.
Hold on, bro. Why does he keep doing things like we don't even know about it, so he just automatically has like a loophole into whatever, bro? Like, what? Like, he's done this like two or three times now, bro. Like, come on. Like, what is that? That shit's funny as
Avery walks through a tunnel. A tunnel which quickly turns into a maze. And slowly but surely, dead end after dead end. Avery is clearly smart. Smart enough to set a trap, and smart enough to set a backup. But whatever this thing is that's following him, it's smart too. Smart enough to block up the tunnel it entered from. Smart enough to refill the hopper with items after loading the chunk. Smart enough to hide its presence. This world seems to be guiding Avery somewhere. The whispers in this tunnel coercing him to enter the cave. The signs pointing to the secret entrance under the tree. Whatever this world is, it's leading Avery. But to what? We don't know. All we do know is that he isn't alone. And finally, Avery exits the maze into another giant room with what looks like a cipher above a door, with 3 levers right in front of it. Avery stares up at it, says he'll need a pen and paper, and blocks up the tunnel where he came from. The footage ends with him staring.
Dog, imagine doing all that, running around and shit like that, and then you walk to this room and gotta do a damn cipher, bro. Like, you gotta... I think that was my cat. But you gotta figure out a damn cipher after all that. I would be so annoyed. I'd probably just save and leave for the day. You got your mouse, honey?
Up at the code, deep in thought. The second half of the footage picks up with 17 minutes of just staring at the wall. And then he gets it. Okay, I guess it was solvable. Avery says it's a good poem, but doesn't actually reveal what it said, only that it uses cipher stacking, a technique where 2 ciphers are layered one on top of the other to make a code almost undecipherable. How Avery actually solved it with a pen and paper is beyond me, but the puzzle isn't over yet. There's still this gate, which Avery suspects is some sort of combination lock, but instead of a pen and paper, his solution this time is a bit more, how do I put this? Efficient. And with that, wait, Who's Durlord 3? For the first time in this footage, Avery's censor bar lingers for just a second too short, and we get a glimpse of the name. This isn't Avery's name. This isn't Avery's skin. Maybe the reason that we got two different stories about where this world came from is because the player we've been watching this entire time isn't Avery at all. But if that's the case, then who is this? The world at the beginning is clearly the same one that Avery was playing on. So what's going on here? If it is Avery on an alt account, why the conflicting stories in the description and the document? And if it's not Avery, then who is this other person and why are they claiming that this is their world they found? I genuinely just don't know, but the only way to find out is to keep watching as Durlord walks through the tunnel after the puzzle and finds himself in the village.
Oh hell. How long does this shit take to make? That's a big ass file.
It's empty. This village is strange. It's clearly abandoned, if the cobwebs and literal holes in the roof didn't make that obvious, and all the chests and containers have nothing inside of them. There's also an interesting amount of yellow in the carpets, beds, and flooring, but wherever Durlord looks, he can't find anything of interest, no lead on where to go or what to do from here. The fountain and statue in the town center is by far the most eye-catching decoration here, but like we can see, it too is empty. There's no path to take from there. So, is this the final area then? The final answer to what's been going on with this world and what's been following him? I'm not sure, and clearly Durlord isn't either, since he keeps looking around for anything out of the ordinary, anything that might give him a clue of where to look next.
Is that music they play whenever you enter the desert? In a movie or whatever? I'll try to
These idiots are insufferable. They think that devotion will save them. Rest assured, it will not. Not that it will do them any good to believe that anyway. The ones who realized it pretend they didn't. But it doesn't help that there are some of them who truly believe they'll be saved. The king is coming, Maya. If anything, I wager that their king is already here. It's watching me write this. I don't particularly care. I just want this to be done with. The sooner I can leave, the better. He's arrived. I don't know why anyone is surprised to find that out. This is exactly what they were hoping for.
I thought you found one page of 8.
I'm going. I'm leaving this here in the rare case someone finds it. If you have found this, I implore you, turn back, disconnect, forget about this world. It's not for you. If you've come here, you must be curious. I know you must want to continue onwards. So I know that this is a heavy ask, but please, do not go any further. For your own good, do not.
Don't do it. You know you don't do that shit though. Oh, he's found no damn door. Damn, what's the pause it for? I didn't hear nothing. Damn. Oh, there we go. Yeehaw. What the fuck? And we don't get no zoom in, bro. Thought he had to hide. Can't break it. I don't think he can swing his axe. Light a torch. Is that 8 set? Can't see anything. What the f- I hear something in my left ear. You're going crazy with the music.
Whatever you do at the crossroads, don't turn left. Don't be fooled, it's listening. You can't outsmart it, it's listening to me. It's watching me. It isn't from this world. At the crossroads, don't turn left. 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 And the footage ends. Right there. Durlord was the person who wrote the book in Avery's world. How? It shouldn't even be possible that the tunnel led him back to that mine. Durlord found this world on his computer, and Avery found Durlord's old laptop in the storage locker and has been playing on it ever since. But what is this world? What was following Durlord in this footage, and most importantly, what was behind those gates? I didn't put that sensor bar there, that was in the original footage. Whatever is behind that black square was enough to drive probably the smartest protagonist I've ever seen into running for his life. Something that a whole village of people was trying to summon. Something that this entire world has been hiding. A king? What does that even mean? I don't know what to tell you, but I can tell you one thing. The code at the end of the book, now with this footage, we can solve it. Each number corresponds to one slot in Durlord's inventory. 1 here and 36 here. Take the first letter of each item, or whatever number is indicated after the dash. From that, we can get this. Run Avery. It's here. Durlord was giving one last warning, hoping that whatever was following him wouldn't see. But how? How would he possibly know that Avery would find this world? There's no way for him to know who Avery even is. Whatever he saw behind those doors, whatever he knows about this world now, we may never understand. But one thing is certain. Whatever was coming for him is coming for Avery next. This isn't over.
That's interesting. You know, it wasn't that horrifying. It had some good like build-up moments and stuff, and I thought some drastic shit was gonna happen or something a few times, and nothing really happened. It's like the liminal space horror? I won't really call it analog, but this is kind of light compared to what we've been watching lately. Surprisingly, I thought this was gonna be like I won't say horrific, but I thought it was gonna be I don't know, something. I didn't expect Minecraft until I looked up what it was, and it said it was Minecraft, and I was like, okay, it's a story. So it wasn't bad. It was interesting. Some cornballish moments. Some things. Avery having all the answers to everything is kind of nuts, just randomly. But I know the story has to go on. Not bad though. It was pretty decent. I didn't think it was anything crazy though. But I don't know how many original Minecraft stories there are, but I'm sure it's one of the best ones. I was surprised he walked to the black pit with no torch or something. I would have like lit a torch.